That's it. Right. Good morning, everyone. Sorry for the delay. We're just going to start. Let's start by doing some revision of the alphabets. I don't know if anybody tried to do some stuff with that during the break. Okay, so we will try and read. Let me see what we got here. Let's try and read the. Right. Let me stop sharing. Let's change to the consonants. Okay. All right. All right. Let me just share some ready for us. Where's the consonants? Yeah, I've seen it. Thank you. Right. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is it changed? Do you see the consonants? Are you seeing the consonants?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes, very well. Yes, very well.
Okay then. Okay, so I can carry on. All right. Let me just minimize this so it doesn't cover. Okay, so let's do a quick review of the consonants. So, if we all can read together, that would be great. I will pronounce it, and then you pronounce after me. Okay, just try it. Okay, just try. Yeah, you can do it. All right. So the first one you see on the right, on the down to the right, the first letter. Remember, Aleph. It has no consonantal value, so that's why we say it is silent. Then we have Bet or Bet, B as in boy. Okay, can we say that together? Aleph, Bet. Yeah. Don't worry if you get it wrong. Just follow me, okay? Email. Yeah. Well done. Dalet. Good. Hey. Oh, hey. Hey. Try to pronounce an H. Hey. All right. Good. Vav. Good. Zain. Right. Good. Next to that will be right. But Zain. Now the next one's a little bit tricky too, but use your throat. Hey. Hate. Yeah, you like an H from your throat, okay? Hate.
Hate.
Hate. Yeah. Tate. Yeah. Right? Then you have Yod. Good. What's the next one there? Yod, cough. Cough. Like you want to say cough, but cough. Yeah, cough. Yeah. Then you see the next one, they are the forms of cough. At the beginning of a word to the left, cough will look like normal cough, right? But when cough is at the end of a word, it will look like the other one, almost like a dalet. So watch out for that. But usually it will take two dots inside it. We will see that as we go on. Now let's go to the next one. Lamed. One way to remember this one is Lamidi. Yeah, isn't that easy? It's easy to remember, right? Lamed for Lamidi. Easy. For those of us who have who speak Yoruba. Then you have the other word we mentioned the other day. Mem. Okay. Noon.
Noon.
That's for N. Now look at noon as well as another small straight line, curved a little bit. That is also noon. Sometimes when the noon is at the end of a word, it will look like that smaller one. But notice, take note, the tail will be a little bit longer. So don't confuse it with the verb. You see the verb up there? Looks like the final noon. But the difference is that when we start reading the words, you will see that this final noon will be a little longer. The tail will be longer a little bit beyond the line. Okay, let's go on. Next one is Tate.
Wait.
Samek, sorry. Samek,
Samek.
Samek.
Ain,
Ayi.
Pay,
Eh.
Pay. As in paper. No, P as in paper. Yeah, pay. Right. Yes. Good. And pay to us a final form and when it's at the beginning of a word. So take note of that. It's a little bit like a P turned the other way around and with a long tail. All right. Then you have Sade.
Sade.
Good. And then we go to Cove.
Cove.
Like Q as in quiet. Cove. Yeah. Right. Well done. Let's go on. Resh. We're almost there.
Resh.
Good. Resh. In red. You want to say R in red. So it's also pronounced Resh. Okay, we're almost there. Then you have seen.
We have seen.
Shin.
Shin.
Right. Shin. And then the next one is seen. The same letter, but with when the dot is on the right hand, it is shin. This is the first letter in the word shalom. Okay, that's a common one, isn't it? Shalom. So this is the first letter in the word shalom. So that's a shin. So shin, and then when the little dot, there's a little dot there on the left. When you find that on the left, it's what's it called? Sin. Okay, sin. Can we say that together? Sin. And then the final one is tab. Tab. As T, like T in table. Tab. Okay. Now, so I think now you get the sounds, So beginning to settle. So let's just go through it a little bit faster, all right, this time, okay? Let's go. Aleph. Bet. Dalet. He. Vav. Zayin. Het. Yeah. Te.
Yod.
Well done. Kov. Yeah. As in Kov. Yeah. Kov. And then you fit the final forms, Kov at the beginning, Kov at the end. Next one, Lamed. Well done. Somebody's going after right before me. Well done. Mem. Mem. Nu. Samek. Well done. And Ayin. Pe. Sade. Yeah. Kof. Yeah. Well done. Yeah. Then Resh. Sin. Tav. Okay. Well done. Okay, let's go one more time. Let's go a little bit faster. Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Alet, He, Vav. Zahin, Fet, Tet, Yod, Tav. Okay? right? Lamed,
Ahmed.
Mem.
Mem,
No.
Nu, Samek,
Don't
E,
back
Pay.
pay.
Okay, then we'll
Pay.
go Sade, Kof,
Kof.
Re, Sing,
Fresh.
Sing, Tao.
Center.
Well done, everybody. Clap for yourselves. Okay, so now what I will suggest or what I will encourage us to do, Rome is not built in a day, right? And this, like the alphabet, is the very, very minimum basic, okay? So we just have to memorize them so that we can start to read the words. So I haven't done that. Let's go on and let's do the next thing today. So please, after today, don't wait till tomorrow. Later in the day, go over it for like twice. Then after about 30 minutes, go back to it again. Try to just say often and just try to memorize them and recognize them, okay? It's not enough to memorize, but also recognize them. Secondly, I will encourage us to, I try to find materials that can show you how to write. But it's not diagram. It's still down to individuals to learn how to do the writing, okay? So I would suggest you go on YouTube. There are quite a number of YouTube videos that will show you how to write, okay? But if you need any further help with that, I'm sure you will do. But if you can't find something and you need some other further help because of our time, please send me a message in the WhatsApp group and I'll try to respond. I'll try to find a video we can walk through together. During the week, okay, before our next meeting. Please feel free. Let me know the time you'll be available or you like to do that, and I can walk through it with you, okay, for those who are interested in doing that. All right. Let's take a pause and let's do the reading for today. Today, we should be able to start to look at the alphabet, the vowel system. And once we can go to the vowel system, trust me, you are on the way to start reading Hebrew words shortly, okay? All right. So let me go to the next slide. Then we can take off from there. Okay. Let's take our first reading. Now, our reading today, okay, just before we do that, let me make a quick comment, which we missed out last time. Now, last time I forgot to mention this. Now, if you look closely, I'm sure you can see this stone or piece of rock, right? Can we all see the piece of rock on my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Now, this is the what we call Old Hebrew or Paleo Hebrew without the vowels and all that on this stone. This is how when Moses wrote the Ten Commandments, we were told he wrote them on a stone. At that point in history, this is how they write. This went continued to up to about 1,000 BC, even before the reign of David. This cuneiform or writing continued, and other types of writing on stones and all that. Okay, so just to mention that. And so the alphabet, this continued, like I said, without just the consonants. Later on, about 1,400 BC till 1,300, I think. 1,400 to 1,000 BC. It was just consonants. I'm sure you've seen that some places. Like this. This is what used to be shortly before the time of Even this has, no, this is the Masoretic. Okay, so much later, we had this. But before the time of David, there were no vowels, just consonants, so on and so forth. Then from about 8,000, from 1,000 or thereabout, then some letters were used, or some of the consonants were now used as vowels. We will see them as we go on. Not until about 700 AD to 1000 AD that the Masoretics were a group of scholars, or so were came together. I think we did that. If you remember, if you go through the slides on the history, where the Masoretics now introduced the vowel system to make for precision in pronunciation and reading of the Hebrew text. Okay. All right. Let's take our reading today. I decided we should look at Psalm 124 again, because we left out quite a number of things the other time. So I felt we should revisit it, okay, and dig in a little bit more. Right. So let's do that for the next few minutes. Let's see. Reading one. All right. So we take our text from, we're looking at, like I said, Psalm 124, verses 1 to 8. Like we said, it is one of the pilgrim collectives referred to as songs of ascent. And the central truth in this text is this, that Yahweh is worthy praise. Think about it. Think about it. We most of the time we get overwhelmed with our situations, circumstances, and whatever we're going through, and we just forget to give praise to God. Very soon it will be December, very soon it will be January. And January, what do we do most of the time? We take it out as a time of Thanksgiving, isn't it? Most of our churches will spend time praising God for the last year, and then committing the following year to God's hands and things like that. We must learn to praise. We must, even when we don't feel like it, because there's so many reasons. I bet you for wherever you are right now, or for whatever is surrounding you, look around. There's always some reasons to praise God. And that's what we find here. As the pilgrims go up Jerusalem to celebrate the Jewish festivals and so on, they take time in this group of psalms to praise and to thank God. The structure is this: it's an affirmation preceded by the saving acts of Yahweh, as we're going to see. It begins with an amazing structure, a very peculiar one for that matter. And that structure is this. It has this if then, that is, if the worst case scenario happens, what is going to happen to us, and so on. Some exegetical, I think we should let's try and see, let's pull up, let me pull up the text and see, well, so it might be a little bit easy for us to follow. Where are we now? Right. Okay. Right, let's see. I have to close a lot of these ones. Okay. If we have a bit of time after the reading, we'll go back to see some few things under the vowel system. Okay, we'll see some things like that quickly. Okay, so we're talking about Psalm 124, and where are we? Where is that now? 124, 124. Okay, here we go. Let me close some of this stuff here. Um, So I didn't know why I didn't close this yesterday. Okay. Right. Okay. I think we can go on now. Oh, come on. All right. I need this. Just need this. Oh, come on, come on, come on. All right. What's this? All right, that's better. Okay, so it goes on like this. Song of ascent and so on to David and so on. And what's going on here? Oh, okay. Sorry. I need to match this with this. 1 second, sorry. Okay. So that we can have the same page running. Okay. So a song of ascents, blah blah, and song of David goes on. Let's do it here. Let's link this together. Okay. So if the Lord had not been on our side, let Israel say this: if the Lord has not been on our side, when men attacked us, they will have swallowed us alive when their anger raged against us. Mark those words. We're going to come back to that. The water would have overpowered us. The current would have overwhelmed us. Raging water would have overwhelmed us. The Lord deserves praise. Oh, blessed be the Lord, the name of the Lord. For he did not hand us over as prey to their teeth. We escaped with our lives like a bird from like a bird from a hunter's snare. The snare broke. We escaped. Our deliverer is the Lord, the creator of heaven and the earth. Now, some exegetical point we want to look at here. First is, like I said the other day, the case of if this had happened, if the Lord was not with us, then this would have happened, right? Let Israel also proclaim that when men attacked us. And I did show to us the other day that the word for men, where are we? Let's see. We did say that the word for men is Adam. We use the word Adam. That could also mean, yeah, that's the word for Adam. And that could also mean enemies. When the enemies rose against us. This is an interesting word. This is the word to rise. Yeah. In what's it called? In the New Testament, this word is pronounced gum. Yeah. And remember when Jesus went to raise the one of the rulers of the synagogue daughter that was dead. I remember that scenario. I think Matthew or Mark. And Jesus said, Talita what? Kumi. The same word is used here. That but kumi is the Aramaic version of the word gum here, or to rise. Okay, so but here it's used not in terms of restoration, but in terms of an hostile rising up. When men came upon us, you see. So that paints a picture. And let's see how some of these versions put it. One says, James says, if the Lord had not been on our side, verse 3, then, sorry, where's that? Verse 2. Okay, so ASV says, if it had not been Jehovah who was on our side, when men rose up against us. So basically, all the translations use the word to rise against. So it's a rising that is that's very, very negative. Then he goes on to tell us again that then they will have swallowed us, the anger, the anger will have overwhelmed us. They will have swallowed up alive, you see. Then they will have swallowed us just alive. They will have consumed us alive. Not only that, here is an interesting word, afar. When translated, then they will have swallowed up when their wrath was kindled against us. See, kindled. When their anger, Net Bible says, their anger raged against us. And the New Living Translation says, they will have swallowed us alive in their burning anger. Now, let me quickly show something here and see how this metaphor, for anger, kind of resonates or connects with some of our expressions in African languages, especially Yoruba. Let me go to and let me just show us this quickly. Okay. All right. So, like I said, in verse 2, the word man, in the Targum, it's written son of man, Ben Nash, Ben Nash, son of man. Of course, the Greek translation used the word anthropos, which basically refers to frail humanity, men as anthropos. From the word, that's from here we have our English word for anthropology. Okay, so note the context may suggest that man refers to a military threat, like we said. But here, let's go back to that phrase as I was talking about. When their anger burned against us, literally, we can say burning of their nose. Burning their nose. The word anger or kindled, the translations have to just make it more meaningful to us. So talk about kindled anger in King James, and talk about burning anger, New Living Translation, and all that. But literally it says the burning of the nose. The anger was kindled against us. Anger here refers to anger, the phrase refers to anger, wrath, resentment. Formally refers to nose, that is, have a strong feeling of displeasure over a person or a situation. As a figurative extension of the nose as an area that can change color when blood rushes to it while one is angry. Now, in some part of the world, especially some of those who are light-skinned or white-skinned, when they are upset, you can see that the face will turn red. Okay, I used to know somebody, a white American guy. When he gets upset, you will see immediately. You will see the face will turn pink, almost pink. and then the hair at the back will start to rise. That's serious anger, serious strong feeling of displeasure over something or a person. But literally, it means the burning of the nose. And Yoruba would use other parts of the body. Even in my dialect, we use parts of the body with the stomach. The stomach is turning. It's so bad. You can you smell something very bad, and your stomach start to rumble and turn. That is the way anger heats up our psyche. And so when men rose against us, this is how bad their anger was. Of course, in verse 4 talks about when they swallowed us, they could have swallowed us alive. Here, the word swallow, the word alive is very, very emphatic. It's trying to really say that, look, these guys would have swallowed us up. Alive. Let's read it like that. Alive. So this describes the kind of enemy that they were faced with. Now, verses 5 to 6 gives us more. The case is now rejected. The worst case scenario rejected in verse 6. Let me see. I'll just pause for 1 minute. I want to check. I think I left something out. Okay, let's see. Let's see my clips. Okay, that is done. Let me see. Think I know. That might be all about it though, but just to be double sure. Wow. Okay. Just want to be sure I'm not leaving out anything on my notes with that. Okay. Right. Okay. I think we are fine to go on. Right. Okay, so then verses 5 to 6 talks about the fact that now this is not the situation. Why? The worst case scenario didn't happen. Why? Because Yahweh is on our side. It's not that it is not true. Yahweh is not on our side. In other words, flip it the other side. Yahweh is with us. In fact, He has not given us over. The Hebrew word here is that Netanu and Netanyahu. In other words, He has not given us over. He has not given us up. In other words, like the Targum puts it, give to surrender. So Yahweh is on our side. Why? Because we know did not surrender us as prey, the teeth of our voracious enemies. Okay, this their teeth. I know it's metaphorical, but it could also be a reference to the deadly weapons of the Babylonians at the time, the Assyrians. These were terrible, sharp weapons. It's like being heating up by these weapons. Okay. So it goes, we go on. Then verse 7 says, we have escaped. We have escaped. Let me just show us something very quickly. In the, what's it called? Okay. All right. So let's go verse 7. Aha. So we have escaped like, where's that? Where's our comparison? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, so we go to verse 7. Yes, that. Right. Look at this. Verse 7, this verse 7. We are, our soul is escaped. Authorized Standard Versions, our soul is escaped. In the Net Bible, we escaped. The Tanakh, we are like a bird escaped from the fowler. New Living Translation says we escaped. So what accounts for this? ASV says our soul. That translation says we. Now this is the word discussing this variation. Navshenu or Navshenu, right? This is the word translated soul. Okay, the Hebrew does not have the division of man into the tripartite division of man like we have in the New Testament, or mentioned or referred to in the New Testament, spirit, soul, and body. But as far as the Hebrew is concerned, man is either material or a soul. Okay, so man is a soul, it's a living soul, so to say. Now, here, but sometimes in terms of grammar and usage of the word soul, it could just stand for the pronoun I or we, okay? And that's what is happening here. That's why some versions use our soul and some versions use we as use the pronoun. I hope that is clear. So like a bird, our soul has escaped, or we have escaped, okay, from the snare of the fowler. The snare is broken. Hallelujah. The snare is broken. This is emphatic. When we go further, you will see how this is in the perfect tense. And sometimes when the perfect tense is used in terms of, how do I put it? In Greek, for instance, for some of us who might have an idea of the Greek grammar, in Greek we have what they call the perfect tense of the verb, which refers to a completed action, right? That it is completed, it is done. Let me just please check my notes here. Okay. I've got something, I think, here. Oh. Oh, sorry, I've gone ahead of myself now. Okay, so yeah, so I was trying to say, so similar to the Greek perfect, it refers to complete action with continuous result or condition, right? Matthew, if you look at Matthew chapter 4, verse 7, Jesus, it is written. In other words, it stands completely written and it continues to stand written. The result continues. It is still valid, potent, powerful. It still carries the same authority. John 19:22, when Pilate wrote that Jesus is the King of the Jews, and they said, don't write it like that. And he said, what is written is written. I say is the King of the Jews, and that stands the same, and it is true. Okay, the condition continues. So he said, we have escaped. It's a completed action. There's no doubt about it, with a present condition or result. That is, we have escaped and we stand as escaped. We have been set free and we stand as free. Probably we can put it in the words of Martin Luther King, what do you call him? The American Martin Luther King Jr., as he said it, free at last. Oh, by the way, it's Black, what do you call it? Black History Month for us in the UK. So a lot about that is going on. All right. So we can say we are free and free at last. Okay. And that's the implication of this. Okay. Let's go on. Let's go back to that. And then we'll go on in verse 8. So it goes on, it's go on in verse 8 that the word here, Neshval, it's also very important. It means that the snare is destroyed, shattered. That's a better way to put it. It's shattered, it's broken, and all that. And then we have escaped. Now, the word we have escaped also imply that we did not escape by ourselves. It is like we can kind of how do I put it? Take it as a passive action, right? We did not initiate the action, but the action was initiated. And who initiated it? Of course, in this context, Yahweh is the one who initiated the action. He caused us, made us to escape. And so then it goes on, and then it goes on. Of course, our help is in the name of the Lord Yahweh, who made the heavens and the earth. Now, the Hebrew name Yahweh here is contrasting Yahweh, the maker of the heavens and the earth, with Adam. Remember in Genesis 1, Genesis 2 or so, when God created Adam, it was Yahweh, Elohim, who created Adam. So Adam is the creature or the creation or the handwork of Yahweh. That this is what the psalmist is trying to play out. That men, as opposed to Yahweh, men try to oppose us, but the Maker, the only God, who is in His name, we have been saved. What can man? No wonder the psalmist says somewhere, if the Lord is on my side, how can I be afraid of any man? All right. So let me see if there's any of that. So so Yahweh Oshe Shamahim Vaharet, the God who one who made, who is in the stature, in the position of the creator of the heavens and the earth, and there's none like him, who has saved us. Okay, I think that's that. I'm going to have to we're going to have to stop this for a minute, and then let's go on to see some other stuff. If you have any questions or something, comment, let's just try and put it in the chat for us. Okay. Take a minute and we will just, I will just I'll just with us to give us 10 minutes, and let's look at the viral system before we round off, okay? All right. So I'll go back to the slides. Right. You want to take a break for 2 minutes? Would you guys like us to take a break for 2 minutes?
Okay, that will continue, sir.
Okay. We'll just go on. Just let's introduce this viral system, and then we continue from there next time we meet, okay? Right. I'm sure I'm back on the screen now, right? Can you see my screen? Is it changed? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, the Hebrew vowel, we'll just do a few minutes on this, and then we will continue next week, okay? Next time we meet. Now, the Hebrew, this is the engine oil, okay? This is the engine oil for reading any language or any language that is spoken. The vowels are the motor oil for any spoken language because they lubricate the consonants so that they don't, sorry, that's an omission there, that, so that they don't overheat in our mouth when we have to pronounce them. And I'm taking this from the Hebrew professor, and his name is Miles Van Pelt, in the book English Grammar to His Biblical Hebrew. Very, very good one for us, for starters. Anyway, so we need, like, we remember, it's very difficult to read just the consonants of a language. There's no, that's going to be a little bit, a little bit challenging. Now, vowels, connecting English vowels. So no. We jumped ahead of ourselves. Okay, let's look at English vowels, and then we will link that up with the Hebrew vowels later on, okay? So in English, we have 5 vowels: A, E, I, O, and U, correct? Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And this creates a variety of related sounds. For instance, R become as in faith. Sorry, that's an error there. R as in faith, okay? And then the same R can be R as in fact. You see? So the A in amuse is super short, just amuse. It's not pronounced very loud, just almost silent. So at times we have a combination of 2 vowels to create a sound, e.g., EI in either, correct? Or U in but. So you have 2 vowels combined together that we have that happens in English. And so this combination of vowels is called a diphthong. Also, there's the semi-vowel, the Y, as a word in syllables, as a vowel, syllables, in gene, etc. But when it comes in a word like yellow, yod or Y becomes functions as a consonant, okay? Now, English vowels can change within a word, such as ring, rang, rung, or man, men. Okay, you see, the changes in all these words has to do with the vowels. And that's normal with English. Now, we just connect, say a few things here, and then we stop here, okay? So connecting English vowels with Hebrew vowels. Remember this, that vowel, in terms of vowel class, both have 5 vowel classes, like we said before, A, I, E, O, U. It's common, the same thing in Hebrew. The vowel length, vowels can be long, short, or super short. Super short vowels in Hebrew, we'll edit this before we send it out, okay, Josh? So super short vowels in Hebrew are called reduced or F vowels. Remember, we talked about combination of 2 vowels in English. Same thing also happens in Hebrew. The same thing, the same combinations are also possible in Hebrew. Let's see. Now, okay, that's it. Let's see. Number 4, English and Hebrew vowels. We have semi-vowels as well. Like the letter Y in English, Hebrew has 3 letters that function as both a consonant and a vowel, just like Y in yellow as a consonant, in Y in Jim as a vowel. Okay. Last but not the least, the vowel change. Both languages exhibit changes in the vowel. But note that Hebrew vowels change more frequently than in English, for many more reasons than in English. Okay, let's just do a simple exercise for 3 minutes, and then we will just to demonstrate how some of this vowel system. Then well, our next meeting will review this again. Okay. Let's go. Let's do Genesis 1:1. Okay. This thing is blocking me here. Okay, so close this. It's a quick one, won't be long with this. Hopefully. Oh, where are we going now? Yeah, state A. So what's the matter? Okay, we need Genesis 1. That's it. All right. Yeah. If you remember, what consonant is this? Bet, right? Remember? Bet. And this is what? Resh, right? Okay, this is Resh. Now you can see under this consonant some pointings. This is a short vowel. These two dots is a short A vowel. Super short. Just, yeah, super short, right? This is the vowel for A, all right? And then this is O. This is acting as, sorry, this is Y, okay? So see, another vowel, we will see all these when we continue next time, okay? So you see how the consonants, where are the vowels written? Below, consonants, under, right? And then some on top. Okay, this is very peculiar to the Semitic languages. Okay. Same thing here. This is the word for the heavens, Ashamayim. Ashamayim. See, this is a diphthong, two vowels combined. Pronounce the word yim, the heavens. Right. Okay. So that's just a few demonstrations of the vowel, how the vowel system and how they are written. If you have any question, let us know before we round off. Anybody with any question? Otherwise, we will call it a day. Any question or comment? Any question or comment?
I think having gone through the consonant now, by the time we have gone through the vowels, it will help us to start pronouncing it.
Okay, yeah.
After pronouncing it, then we can start reflecting on the meaning.
Yeah, sure. So our next meeting, what I will send you. Just make sure we have your email addresses. We will send. I'll send you some pages of paper. I mean, some pages from a book. I was able to take a photograph and download. It will help us to start to look at the vowels, okay? And then so that will facilitate our meeting next time. Next time we'll just go through it and then we'll start to put it together. Abraham, the word for Abraham. You'll be able to read that. You'll be able to read some other words, Haba, have, father, things like that. And so, yeah, thank you, my dear brother. Well, that's definitely that will happen. And guess what? Once we do that, you are already reading Hebrew. Voila. Simple as that. You're already reading Hebrew. So it's not as strange and as difficult as we look at it because of the letters. Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Okay. Any other comments or please? I'll be available let me see, Thursday, anytime on Thursday from 1 p.m., 1 o'clock in the afternoon. If you want me to have one-on-one chat with you, on the alphabets or what we have discussed, please text me and give me a few minutes. Let me know when we can talk. We can talk on WhatsApp or something for a few minutes, and if you need any clarification. So I'll make myself available Thursday between 1 and 7 o'clock. Okay? Is that okay, everybody?
Yes, sir.
All right. I thank you very much for your patience, and hope you. Oh, we left out something. Please try the exercise I sent to you on the alphabets. Did anybody try? Anybody try? Okay, let's use the time we have again. Now you can pronounce, try and write. Okay, look for YouTube something, try to write, and then go to that Zephaniah 3:8 and identify the alphabets in that verse. It contains all the 22 letters in that one verse or so. Okay, so try to do that, and then next meeting will be up and running. Thank you very much, and God bless. I will have to stop the recording for a minute, and then we will go on from there.